This is Dawn Compton, the pastor at Main Street United Methodist Church, and I'm here today to bring you our weekly Wednesday Word. It's Advent. We are in the time of preparing and waiting for the coming of the Christ child. And during this Advent season here at Main Street, we are in the midst of our worship series entitled Making Room. How can we make room for that Christ child that we are going to celebrate his birth on Christmas Day? So I wanted to think today a little bit about what it means in terms of making room and to think about our stuff. I don't know about you, but I have a lot of stuff. When we have moved, the numerous times that we've moved since I've been married, the stuff just seems to have multiplied. We get more and more stuff. I especially have a lot of books that I have at our house. Mostly mine, but my husband's got a lot of books that he has collected too. We have a lot of stuff, and some people have so much stuff they don't have room at their house for it anymore, and so they buy a storage shed and they put their extra stuff in there to make room for all of their stuff. And there's lots of advice out there now about how to get rid of the stuff, how to declutter, how to make space, and to get rid of what you really don't need, to make room in your lives for the stuff that you really do need. And sometimes we can become so consumed, so focused on our stuff and getting more and more stuff that we push out and we don't have room for what's really important for us. We don't have room to just sit down and have a conversation with our child who's desperately in need of a relationship with us. We don't have room in our lives to help somebody else because we have too many tasks on our own to-do list. We don't have room in our lives to help somebody else because we are so consumed with what's happening in our life. We have so much stuff that just seems to be overwhelming to us that we forget about making room for what's important, for our family, for our neighbors, for our relationship with Jesus Christ. This Advent season, as I'm sure like me, you are very busy hustling and bustling and trying to get everything done and making sure all of the plans are in place for whatever festivities that you are going to be participating in during this season. That we don't get so consumed with all of that hustle and bustle, and we find a way to make sure that we have room, that we are intentional about making room for Jesus in our lives. Friends, if you want some more help with that, if you want to be able to focus in on that, if you want to talk about ways to do that, you are always welcome here at Main Street Church. We worship together at 10:30 on Sundays, or you can worship with us online. You can watch our services anytime and participate in that way. You can come by and we will be glad to make room for you here as a part of the Main Street community. Do you want to lift up some things that are taking up the room of what's happening here at Main Street during this Advent season? One is that we do have room here in our sanctuary for more poinsettias. So if you miss the poinsettia deadline to try and order one, we still have time. We can take them through Thursday evening. That's December 2nd through 5 p.m. If you want to make an order, you can call the church or email the church and let us know you would like a poinsettia so we can make sure and get that order taken care of. We'd welcome that. We still have room for more poinsettias if you would like to do that. This Sunday is our fellowship time. We are going to be celebrating together, enjoying some special goodies together, spending time with our church family. We are going to be downstairs in the basement area, formerly called the Fellowship Hall, but as part of that fellowship time celebration, we're going to be blessing that space, dedicating it to the work of the church and to God's glory, that what happens there can be done for what He is calling us to do. So that's going to be a special time, and part of that is going to be renaming that space. So come on Sunday. It will begin at 10 a.m. We'll be done by 10:30 when the service starts. Have some fun desserts and food and fellowship with your church family, but also that you can be a part of that dedication, the blessing of that space, and you can learn about the new name for that space. We are still doing Christmas boxes this year. That's for people who might be in need of some special foods and to help them celebrate Christmas this year. We've been doing Christmas boxes here at Main Street for a number of years. We have lots of people that we have learned about through our blessing box. But if you know of somebody who might be in need of a Christmas box this year, please make sure you let the church office know so we can get them on our list and we can make sure to include them in that. We were going to be handing out the Christmas boxes on Sunday, December 19th. So if you have somebody in mind, let us know by the week before. If you want to help in providing any of the food that's in any of those boxes, then we welcome your help and your participation in that. You can call the church office and ask what's needed. We have a list in the written Wednesday Word that kind of lists some of the items that are going in it. We could use some help in putting those together. That would be greatly appreciated. If you did not get your Advent devotional booklet that we have obtained from the Society of St. Andrew, there are still some available. They're in the narthex, which is right outside the sanctuary. You can pick some books up there. Or if you are still not getting out and about and you don't have an Advent devotional book but would like one, call the church office and say, hey, can someone bring me one of those Advent devotional booklets? And we'll be happy to get one of those to you so you can participate in and focus this year. Another way that you could make room for Jesus in your life by spending some of that time with that devotional booklet. In January 2022, we're going to be transitioning in how we are caring for our blessing box. Our blessing box has been here over a year now. We started last November, and so it's real exciting that it's still going. It's still helping people. It's still really blessing the community here in Bedford. But what we're looking at doing is trying to make sure that it's stocked and taken care of in a new way. There is a calendar posted in the narthex area right outside the sanctuary for the month of January. And what we're asking is for people just to sign up for one, maybe 2 or 3, whatever you feel comfortable with, 1 or 2, 3 days during the month of January, and you take responsibility for that day. And what that means is that sometime during that day, you come by, you look, you see about whether or not the blessing box is stocked, if it needs food, and you can either provide the food yourself, which is fine, but if that's not something you're able to do, we do have food in our pantry that is available to help stock it, so you can get food from our pantry. So we're asking, we're doing it a little bit differently. In the past year, we've used different groups in the church to work together as a group or as a team This year we're going to try and do it differently and see if how this goes. So sign up on the calendar in the narthex for just 1, 2, 3, whatever amount of days that you feel comfortable with, and trying to help care for the blessing box for the month of January. We're going to see how that goes. The intention is that every month we'll put up the next month's sign-up sheet so people can begin signing up. You only have to sign up for, when you are able to do it. So we're looking forward to seeing how that works and how we can continue to bless the community through the blessing box. I want to remind you that our cantata, the choir, is going to bless us with some music on December 19th during the 10:30 worship service. So looking forward to that. If you really want to make sure that you are here for our musical selections, I encourage you to make sure you're here on December 19th. If you don't want to come in person yet, or you're not able to be here in person, it will be live streamed and will be you can participate and worship through our online ministry that way. We are also going to be doing music on December 26th, the Sunday, the day after Christmas, and it is going to be just a day filled with music where we're going to be doing lots of our favorite Christmas carols. So that will be a fun day where the focus will be music for 2 weeks in a row, that we'll be looking at music, because music is such an important part of the Christmas season, of the Advent season, of us sharing the story of Christ's birth through music is a powerful, powerful way. And we're going to be doing that on both of those Sundays. And then lastly, I want to remind you that our Christmas Eve, we are going to have 2 services, one service at 4 p.m. and one service at 7 p.m. You're welcome to come to either service that you would like that fits your schedule. We will also be live streaming both of those services. So if you can't come in person or don't feel comfortable doing that yet, you will be able to worship with us online both of those times. Friends, I hope you have a great rest of the week. I hope that you are having a wonderful Advent thus far. And I challenge you to look at your lives and how you can make room for Jesus Christ this Advent season. God bless.